What's happening, guys? We are back in the garage, and it is May 2026. And if you guys don't know, we're in the middle of a fuel crisis. Gas prices are soaring way above $5 a gallon, at least here in the Northwest. And I thought that it's no better time but to talk about the MGB GT. This is a little four-cylinder, and it is very fuel economic. And I figured as good as time as any to make a nice video about this car. Real quick video on it. So, purpose of this video, I'm not going to talk about the history of all MGBs, how they came to the US, and what makes it what it is, and who designed it, and who drew it up, and all the technical differences between year to year. I'm not going to get into that. There are other guys on YouTube that are much more knowledgeable and um, easier to listen to than myself on stuff like that. So, what we're going to talk about in this video is that MGB, the one that is mine, and I'm going to talk about what makes it mine and what's unique about it. So anyway, let's just start at the front, and we'll work our way back. So what we're looking at, obviously, steel bumper car. Later in life, these had big, ugly rubber bumpers due to safety. Well, anyway, this predates that. You can also look at older videos, and some of those older videos that I've uploaded, I talk about the history of this car, how I got it, how I've talked to previous owners, how I've documented info from them of who's done what on this car. I have a lot of information on this car, which is awesome. Such valuable information on these older cars of who's done what over the last 50 years. It's awesome. It's awesome to have that info. So we are running halogen headlights. We are running original lenses. I put on these glass lensed fog lights, and they actually have GT with the MG emblem on it, which is really nerdy and cool. Some of you guys will know that this is what's known as a fish mouth grill. 68 GTs did not come with a fish mouth grill. That is an upgrade that I put on, and it looks better for it. It has an aftermarket splitter that was put on from the previous owner. We'll talk about the cosmetics at the end of this video. This is going to be a really short video, so don't worry. It's going to be just a really quick overview of the entire car. Under the hood, let's pop the hood. Let's pop the hood. We got to pop the hood. There we go. Okay, popping the hood. What we got under here is a 1.8 liter inline four-cylinder. If you know, or if you don't know, that's okay. These would have originally come with a dual SU carburetor setup, so two carburetors right here. Now this has been converted by the previous owner to a single Weber DGV 3236 carburetor. These Webers are very, very popular in not only a lot of small cars, but in MGBs. They're very good. They do come with some common problems, but we are working our way through those problems, stumbling on mid-idle or mid-load, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we're working our way through those things. And within the last few weeks, we've made some good progress on the tune of this car. Originally, it would have had a generator for a charging system with a big Lucas electronics box over here. This is a modern alternator in here now. And it charges a modern, in my car, it charges a modern 12-volt battery. And all the front lights, rear lights, all lights on this car are powered by a modern relay system that I've tucked behind the back seat in one of the battery wells. These cars originally would have had two 6-volt batteries tied together to make your 12 volts. I have it now with a modern single battery, 12 volt, and the other cubby where that other 6-volt battery would have been is now my relays and stuff for the lighting system. Much safer, much better wiring system. Just about all the wiring on this car has been redone by me. There's just a little bit of the original harness here and under the dash that I've not touched, but it's working, so I'm not going to touch it. So, oil cooler sits right up here in front of the radiator. It has been upgraded. It's got 3 more rows in it than the original 11 row. This is a 13 row. My original was leaking, so I upgraded it and used the existing oil lines, and I haven't had any leaks with it. Exhaust. This has a fresh brand new, full polished stainless steel exhaust system. Just a muffler at the tail. Nothing in the center of the car. No muffler in the middle. No resonator at the middle. Just long tube headers. Right here you can see long tube headers all the way back to that muffler. Sounds great. These engines are it's a small displacement. It's 1.8 liter. It's a smaller cylinder diameter, but these engines have a long stroke, so this has a really nice throaty sound, nice deep rumble, and sounds great. One thing you'll notice is those headers. This is a 4-cylinder, but I got 3 headers. So right away, the 2 center cylinders they collect into one header and go down. So a 4-cylinder into 3 headers into a single out. Very cool sound. Sounds really great. Haven't messed with the clutch reservoir or the brake reservoir, but the brakes have been completely rebuilt. Front brakes are disc, rears are drum, and like I said, totally rebuilt. I did that all last year. Front steering bushings and stuff like that, they can be replaced, but they're not toast yet. Some of those things are just kind of hard under there. They need replaced, but they're working just fine. The car drives great. When I bought the car, I didn't have a sway bar in the front, so I put a stiffer sway bar in the front. You can get, I think the original is like a 5/8. You can upgrade to a 3/4 inch diameter and stuff like that for racing. But yeah, it drives a lot better with that sway bar in there. Let's see, working our way back. I put a new driveline in this car. The original one was very wore out. The glass in the car is all in very good condition, except for the windshield. I need a new windshield. This one's got some chips. It's got a little crack on the side there, but it's doing what it needs to do. The lenses on the tail are all in good shape. I've replaced them. They're brand new, and they're actually original brand news. They're just new old stock, which was really cool to find. Interior, lots of tweaks and changes I've done in the interior. So when I bought the car, these door panels were very wavy. The structure of these door panels between the actual padding and the steel door is like almost like a hard cardboard material. Well, any moisture that gets in there, it makes them get all wavy and nasty. So I got some new material and I rehung the existing panels. These are not this black and red. This is not original. The previous owner put these in, and I just rehung them on new material to make them look pretty good. The previous owner recovered the seats, so they did this black and red, which looks awesome. They also did the rear, and then I put in the carpet kit. This is from Newark Auto. They're on the East Coast, Newark. This is one of their mid to low level carpet kits, but it's all brand new and it looks great, and I love it. It's molded, so it went up over the rear tire wheel wells very nicely and goes all the way to the rear. And yeah, great carpet kit. Came out great. Really, really happy with it. Installed very easy. I just glue it in on top of new sound deadener, which I did. I ripped out all the original sound deadener, which was a pain. I have a whole video on the interior of redoing the interior of this car. You can go back and take a look at that. But let's see, gauge setup. Unique to this car. A radio would have originally been in here if this had a radio in it. A lot of them. This car didn't. I didn't find any evidence of this car ever having a stereo in it. It just had a delete plate here. Well, I made this plate and I put a aftermarket amp gauge or volt gauge, oil pressure, and uh, water temp gauge in here. Had a hard time getting the original water temp gauge to work, even an aftermarket one. I early on videos you can see some of my struggles with the cooling system of this car, but this setup works really well. So I don't use the original oil pressure gauge. I rely on that one down there. Other than that, all other gauges are all original. The modern relay system for the lighting is all controlled by this here, and the relays are underneath the rear bench. I like originality, but some of these tweaks like this and adding this just makes it a lot nicer to drive on a regular basis. I don't daily drive this car, but I drive it every week, as long as the weather's semi decent. It's a great driver. It's a great driver, which is what I was really, really hoping to get out of this car, and it's fulfilling that very well. Aftermarket used center console, which is kind of neat to have. I put a new parking brake cable in, so the parking brake works really, really well. This is a 4-speed manual. Um, some of these cars, they're especially later, they had electronic overdrives. This is not one of those cars. It's just a 4-speed. Um, so anyway, it'll do 60 or 65, but I don't like to do it for a long period of time. Let's talk about the tires on this car. So when I got it, the tires were dry rotted, and they were awful. So I put Falken Pro Touring G5s on this car, and these ones are a little bit bigger than the original size. I believe the original size on the GT. So these cars, there's convertibles, there's GTs. The GTs are the hard top. The convertibles are obviously convertibles. The convertibles came originally with the smallest tire. I think they were like a 115 70 or 150. I think they were a 150 65 R14. Um, the GTs originally came with a 160, I believe, 65, 160. And what I put on here, I put on what are these? I put on 185s. This is a 185 70 R14. So I wanted to fill up the wheel well, nice and big, nice and full, and give it a nice big sidewall to make it ride really nice. And I think these tires look great on here. They look fantastic. They're not too big or anything like that. I think they're just perfect. And I run them at about 20 psi. It's a little bit low, but a lot of your suspension in these little cars is based off of tire pressure. And I don't put a lot of miles on this car, so I'm not worried about chewing up the tires. The alignment's great on it. So I don't care. I run about 20 psi, and I'm not, sending it around track or anything like that. So, okay, the car's black, obviously. Originally, the car was this yellowy green color, like yellow. That's an original color. There's another spot of it there you can see. The previous owner painted this car black, and I think they did it with rattle cans. It's not a very good um, paint quality on it. I mean, it's got defects all over it. Some of the paint, it's kind of bubbling. That's not bubbling from rust or anything. That's just really bad paint quality. Um, it's a really cheap paint job that they did. It's swirly, but you know what? The whole car is one color, which is good, and it's not a perfect example GT. It's just a great driver, so I don't mind how the car looks cosmetically. And the previous owner put all the graphic stuff on it, Mobile Oil Pegasus, the 68, all this stuff they did, and also did the carbon fiber wrap on the hood, which I really really dislike. But I do have a replacement hood. I don't know how that hood looks underneath, but I did get a screaming deal on a replacement hood here. This one has a lot of paint on it, uh, so I need to sand it off and get it painted black. And the paint that's on it is pretty rough. So anyway, I've already test fit that hood. I got a screaming deal on it, and it fits awesome on the car. It fits better than this one. This one's got some little dings in it, stuff like that. So we're gonna do away with this hood. It's not the original anyway. Um, but the hood got replaced because 2 owners ago, the car was in a small accident, so they wrinkled the front fender here next to the headlight. Some of this stuff you can see, all this. They did a pretty good repair job here, and but it did fold the original hood pretty good. So they replaced the hood, and I don't want to paint the car. I don't want to put a nice paint job on it yet until I replace this fender or get this fixed up much better than it is now. I don't want to spray bad steel. So as far as rust, there was a repair by the previous owner on the driver floor pan. He just repaired a small spot on it, and the rocker on the passenger side has just a little bit of rust on it here and there, but nothing crazy. When I get ready to paint this car, I'll do some work on that um, to make it better. So anyway, but very minimal rust car. All these had some rust, but this is a pretty good example. I did a video a while back of how I had this car checked out by professionals. Uh, British Motor Care up here in the Northwest. They checked out the car and they said, "Good luck finding a better one." Um, they really liked this car. They thought it was a really straight, clean example. The car was parked in a barn in 2004, and I brought it out of that barn in January 25. And the barn, luckily, was a very dry barn, and it kept it didn't have any rodents or anything chewing up this car, or moisture chewing up this car either. So the car luckily was in a pretty good spot till I picked it up. So anyway, those are the high points of this car. Let me think if there's anything else I missed. Original spoke wheels are on this thing, held on by that center cap. And these are unique to the side of the car. On these ones, got a, it's regular right hand thread, so you loosen it that way to get the wheel off. On the other side, they're left hand thread, so you got to go the other way to take the wheel off. So anyway, if you get one of these, you got to keep an eye on that, make sure that they didn't get switched around or something. But yeah, what the car needs as of right now, obviously we need a paint job and a little bit of cosmetic fixes here and there. Other than that, the clutch needs to be replaced. It's at the end of its life, toward the end of its life. It runs, the car drives just fine with it, but there's ways you can check it out. It's at the end of its life. It needs replaced. You can tell by a rod in there that you can get in there and feel, and it's worn. So the plan is winter 2026 coming up. We're going to pull the motor and the transmission out of this car. We'll do a rear main. We'll do a water pump seal. We'll reseal the engine. We'll reseal the transmission and put that new clutch in. Haven't bought the clutch yet, but it's readily available, and we'll tackle that. And then I don't think I'm going to paint it this year. Obviously, like I said, I got to fix the fender and stuff. I think that stuff will probably be 2027. But that clutch will be winter of 26, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, but that's the car. It's a great driver. It drives awesome. It gets about mid 20s, mid 20 mpgs. Does really great. And I actually plan to drive it to work tomorrow because tomorrow's gonna be a nice day. And these cars are just absolutely awesome. So much fun. They fit in a garage easy. They're not very big. About the size of a Miata, maybe a little bit more narrow. But absolutely awesome cars if you guys can get your hands on one. Super easy to work on. I mean, I'm a motorcycle guy, and working on this engine is pretty sweet. Original points ignition. It's not the original points, but it has a still a distributor cap with points ignition. Forgot to mention that earlier. And I plan to keep it that way. It works great. I don't mind working on points ignition stuff, but yeah, just works good. Just works good. Anyway, so that's my MGB GT. Hope you guys enjoy it. And any questions or comments on it, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Thanks, guys.